This afternoon on DC News Now.
Well, changes are coming to Montgomery County Public Schools as a result of an independent investigation that was made against the school system, the immediate action the school's taking, and what they're planning for the future.
Virginians are having to start from scratch.
This is a pretty colossal screw up.
The urgent healthcare changes you need to know. The Washington Wizards are geared up when they plan to hit the hardwood.
More local carjackings over the weekend. Will they raise your car insurance rate, stretching your dollar to stay covered and keep cash?
And helping those with disabilities.
It's no different for you and I as it is for a person with a disability.
Meet this week's DMV doer.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Meteorologist Damon Matson joined us now with the latest check on the forecast. And Damon, it's kind of interesting. You get a chance to look outside. You think it's going to be a cloudy day, but hey, the sun is at least trying to shine in parts of the DMV.
Yeah, we're getting those breaks here and there, Mark, and that's going to be the way it is the rest of the day today. At times, it will be very cloudy, especially depending on your exact location. Other times, we'll get a good amount of sunshine. Now, yesterday, we definitely saw a lot of cloud cover in the afternoon and evening, but in terms of any sort of rainfall, really, there was some light showers and sprinkles breaking out toward the start of Monday night. But aside from that, it stayed very dry with hardly any measurable rainfall being recorded at any of our rain gauges across the region. So rainfall definitely stayed pretty much out of the picture for the most part yesterday. Now, there's that cloud cover again. We have been catching a couple of breaks like the one we have right now over the DC Metro. And generally, as you go east today, you'll see a little more sunshine. But back to the west, that is not the case at all, as we are seeing a lot of cloud cover still locked in along and west of the Interstate 81 corridor, as we are in between the departing storm system to our northeast and high pressure that is building down across the southern plains moving toward us. So expect that mix of sun and clouds the rest of the afternoon. Temperatures just about the same as yesterday. Many more of us, though, will see the low to mid 60s. But as we go on here toward the middle of the week, do we see more sunshine? And also, do we see these temperatures rise? We'll have your full forecast in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. In Prince George's County, Maryland, 2 people are dead after a house fire. And officials say that it happened in a neighborhood on the 1300 block of Martin Road in Brandywine. The fire broke out around 8:30 last night. Firefighters say that the 2-story home was fully engulfed in flames. Crews found the 2 victims inside. 1 child was taken to the hospital for evaluation. No additional information is known at this time. Happening right now, tip workers in Montgomery County are marching for change, and they're rallying over legislation to eliminate tip credits. Earlier this month, the county considered legislation that would eliminate the tip credit, and that means that many customers will start to see service charges on their check so businesses can keep up with the cost of labor. And that also means less money in the pockets of servers and bartenders. Tip workers in the county are rallying against that legislation and are marching to the Montgomery County Council meeting. That meeting expected to start at 1:30 to discuss the issue. We'll be sure to bring you what came out of that council meeting in our 4 p.m. newscast. Meanwhile, in Maryland, Montgomery County Public Schools says that they're changing their protocol when it comes to investigating sexual harassment claims and promoting staff. This comes as the school system is under the microscope by the County Office of the Inspector General. DC News Now's Lex Juarez explains how the school system is responding.
Well, MCPS says they're taking immediate action, and in the meantime, they're also creating a new comprehensive plan that will make permanent changes to their current policies. Now, this has come up because of an independent investigation by the Jackson Lewis firm, and they found 3 main areas where there was concern. Now, their report says the investigation process lacked vital information that kept all of the sexual harassment allegations against Joel Beidelman from being properly investigated. The firm firm also found holes in the promotions process, saying it had no structure that would leave those voting on promotions to be fully informed. And finally, the investigation found there is no system in place to alert the Board of Education or the superintendent when a candidate for promotion is under investigation. Now, while the school system works on a new comprehensive plan, they will be making changes in 9 areas. These include adding a secure, anonymous way for people to report complaints and creating a new investigations unit that will streamline investigations from those complaints, and putting in place a new training for staff that focuses on sexual misconduct and sexual harassment. Additionally, MCPS will now be keeping employee emails for 1 year. That's a big change from the current policy of 30 days, and they will be making changes to their current promotion process to ensure that candidates are fully vetted before they get to the end of that promotion process. Now, these changes will be implemented within the next 60 days. As far as that comprehensive plan, there is no timeline laid out by the school system. In the newsroom, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
All right, Lex, thank you. Staying in Montgomery County, Blair High School students in Silver Spring, Maryland are back in the classroom today. That's after threats toward the school disrupted classes yesterday and last Friday. Students were taken to a secure location while police investigated the threat yesterday afternoon. A similar situation took place on Friday morning. Police have not said if the 2 incidents are connected. They also have not released what kind of threats prompted the investigations. And Medicare and open enrollment is beginning. It's a select time period where recipients are able to make coverage changes to their plan. Those who qualify can choose between the traditional plan or the privately run Medicare Advantage plans in the area. Well, this window opened yesterday and will close on December 7th. And after this enrollment window ends, people will be able to switch to another Medicare Advantage plan or opt for traditional Medicare during another open enrollment period from January 1st to March 31st. And there is an average of 43 different Medicare Advantage plans to choose from, most often covering things like prescriptions, dental, and vision care. The changes to the coverage made over the next few weeks will go into effect on January 1st, 2024. Well, thousands of Arlington Public School employees and their family members will be forced to switch healthcare providers. They were given just a few months' notice, and it's happening because the district abruptly announced that it will not be offering Kaiser Permanente coverage. A lot of teachers say that the switch puts them in an impossible situation as they now have to find new providers with very little time. DC News Now's Haley Mylon spoke to one of those teachers.
Joshua Fold is a 16-year veteran of APS, and during that time, he and his wife have built their healthcare teams within the Kaiser Permanente healthcare network. Now they have just a couple months to start from scratch. But for some of his colleagues, it's even more dire, such as for his friend with a cancer diagnosis.
That teacher told me the story of a cancer diagnosis. He's in remission now. But the last test didn't come out so good.
Fold says that teacher will lose access to his entire healthcare team come December 31st, as will about 4,800 other people on the Kaiser healthcare plan, which covers more than half of APS employees.
I don't think there is a human who could blame that teacher for wanting to leave a school system to keep their health care.
Many are in similar binds, having spent decades building their healthcare teams within Kaiser. Now they must switch to a CareFirst Blue Cross Blue Shield plan offering no overlap in providers, losing existing prescriptions, treatment plans, specialist appointments. The list goes on.
This is a pretty colossal screw up.
Arlington Education Association President June Prakash says that APS failed several times in the healthcare procurement process, that the division first bungled the proposal process, leaving Kaiser out of the bidding altogether, then sitting on the news until after the school year began, leaving no time for teachers to leave for another school district. One school board member called for an audit into the process.
That is one step in the right direction.
Fold says there's no fixing this, as he spends his entire day off researching new providers.
The people at the very top of the school system, the one they're in charge of the well-being of thousands of employees, and they couldn't understand the impact of this. That's why people are angry.
Reporting from our Northern Virginia Bureau, I'm Haley Mylon, DC News Now.
All right, Haley, thank you. President Biden heading to the Middle East tomorrow to meet with both Israeli and Arab leaders. This comes as worries grow that Israel-Hamas war will expand into a much larger conflict. The Biden administration says the president is looking to send a message that the U.S. stands behind Israel. Meantime, several progressive Democrats on Capitol Hill are urging the White House to call for an immediate ceasefire. However, that is the minority opinion in Congress right now.
These are not people you can negotiate with. To me, it's a little ridiculous to say the terrorists can attack and kill innocent men, women, and children, and Israel can't respond.
The collective punishment of Palestinians in Gaza is a war crime.
Entire families are being wiped out. 50,000 pregnant women are unable to obtain basic health services right now.
So far, Israel's government is rejecting calls to end violence. We'll have more on the plan from Capitol Hill at 12:30, so please stay tuned. And we're continuing to have coverage on the conflict, and stay with us on air and online at dcnewsnow.com for the very latest. Well, the Washington Wizards are set for their second preseason game Wednesday against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. And our Jake Rahm has a recap from the team's practice on Monday.
It's definitely something that we got to focus on, and we know it's going to have to grow, but we're here for it. And again, we're trusting in that and knowing that, you know, come October, we're better than September. Come November, we're going to be better than October, and so forth. And I'm just excited for the growth that we have in store.
You really can't get those reps back. Like today in practice, I was trying to get young guys as many reps as we can, because you can't simulate that. Because once we get going, we get going. And for our group, we're just trying to get the young guys even more experience. So every day is a test. And I think we're just taking it one day at a time, and we're moving forward.
And it's been mentioned a bunch of times this offseason, the Wizards. A lot of new faces, a lot of returning players that have to step up into bigger roles. And for those players, training camp, preseason, it's all big, whether you're a rookie or a vet, with establishing those roles.
Just understanding that you got to have patience, understanding that it's a process, and you know, we all got to work together, but just realizing kind of like what my role is and how to approach that. The more I talk, the better. The more I'm communicating, the more I'm pulling the young guys aside and telling them what I see or what I want and things like that, the better. So just trying to continue to stay comfortable with that.
I'm in the next stage of my career as far as just being a vet, trying to be there for the team, being there for the young guys, trying to encourage them every day. At some point in the season, somebody's going to get their number called who didn't expect it. Your job is just be ready, stay in shape, put a smile on your face every day, knowing that you're in a great position to get better, and you've got a great staff behind you that's trying to get you better.
Reporting for DC News Now, I'm Jake Rahm.
Hey, Jake, thank you. Carjackings on the rise nationwide and right here in the DMV. We're stretching your dollar with what that means for your insurance costs.